Good afternoon, everybody, from a very weird patch of pine forest here in North Alabama. We just arrived in the region for the next couple of days, and we're going to be doing a lot of herping here as we start to move into fall. There's a good chance that we could see a lot this trip, or we could see not much at all, but I'm hoping that it's going to go well because this time of year tends to be pretty good just about everywhere. So we're going to get to hiking, and then we'll do a little road cruising, and hopefully we'll see our first snake of the trip pretty soon. Hey, we got a snake. After many hours of, whoop. Oh, there's the poop. Yep, I'm getting gartered. No. Come on, buddy. I did not want to have this happen, but he's a running boy, and I wanted to get a voucher photo before we let him escape. But as you can see, absolutely smearing me with musk. Look at this he's got a cool little spot there on his face. His face just looks a little bit different. I don't know if it's because his, what do you call those? Labial bars, I think is the term for them, on the lip scales. He has a little bit of an aberrant labial bar going on there. On this side, it's a little more normal. But, yeah, just happy to see a snake. We've been cruising for hours and hiked for a little bit before we started cruising. And this is our first snake, so hopefully it won't be the last. Oh, he's got a bad eye on that side. You can kind of see it from the top. The eye closer to me is good, and that eye on the other side appears to be bad, or at least different. Something's up with it. You can see what I mean a little bit better here. We've been finding quite a few herps lately with one bad eye. It's kind of weird, but I really don't know what could be going on there. All right, bud, zoom off. All right, guys, darkness is well on its way. We're gonna do a couple more passes on this dirt here, and then probably hit pavement once it gets dark. But just the one garter snake during the daylight so far. And no sooner had I run that clip, we come across our next snake, a rat snake. And he is quite a bit different than what we're used to seeing. Look at that. That's a pretty cool looking gray rat. All right, well, he has started getting grumpy with us, but his differentness is a little bit more visible from this angle. You can see he's got a little bit of kind of a chocolatey undertone to his gray. I think he's mostly a bluffer. I don't think he's actually gonna bite me. Hey, buddy. Yeah, he's a friendly one. He just would like to be let on his way, which I'm not quite ready for yet because I would like to take a photo, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Well, this guy has certainly been interesting to photograph. He essentially played dead for several minutes while I was trying to take his picture, which is not something I've ever seen a rat snake do. He's like tucking his head underneath his coils and pretty much just making himself look very unalive in my photos, which is not what you want. There's a tick on my arm. All right, tick situation resolved. We're gonna let this guy go and keep cruising. He has been very friendly, never offered to bite, but he did give me quite the musking while I was trying to photograph him. Come on, there you go. Off you go. I know you didn't just pick up my musky camera. She did. She picked up my musky camera. All right, let's keep moving. Well, if the dust will ever clear, we just cruised our first snake of dark. It's a pretty little copperhead. These guys have not been as present over the last couple of cruising sessions as I would have expected, so it's actually kind of nice to see one tonight, even though they're normally all over the place. And this guy is actually a little bit on the dark side. He's just ever so slightly different looking, very healthy, very big. And I'm assuming he's going to spring to life very soon and try to bite me, so I'm going to try to scoot him off the road before he gets too grumpy, and we're going to keep moving. But first snake after dark, on the dirt. Cooperative dude. All right, stay safe, buddy. Another one. Let's go get a look at this guy. This area we're in is one of the most copperhead dense places I've ever been. That might be a female that had babies. In fact, I would almost bet money on that being what's going on there. She's a little thin, but not unhealthy looking, which probably means she's looking for her first meal after giving birth. We're gonna make sure she gets across safely and keep moving. Oh man, that's a fresh little guy. Look at this dude. Look at how small. Look at this little guy. He is probably only a week or two old, honestly. These guys definitely hang out with their mom a little bit like Timbers do. But they're pretty quick to move off on their own once they shed. As you can see, this guy has already done. He's out looking for his first meal. All right, guys, I'm shining around a little bit. Probably going to be wrapping up night cruising, at least on this road soon, and then we're going to cruise our way to the hotel for the night. Solid night numbers-wise, nothing really crazy. I think that baby Copperhead was probably the coolest thing we saw, or maybe the big Ratsnake. But we are here for the next couple days. All right, everyone, it's the next day, and we are out here at a mostly dry creek bed here in North Alabama, getting ready to walk along and see if there's any cottonmouths hanging out today. And I expect there will be. I don't know really how many to expect, but it feels pretty good for them today. So we're gonna walk this and see what all we see. Well, this is a cool salamander. That is, I believe, a long-tail three-lined hybrid. These two species of salamander are very similar, and where their ranges contact each other, you often get weird salamanders that kind of look like something in between the two. The amphibians are really concentrated around these little pools of water. Here is a leopard frog. There was also a green frog. He's kind of see him moving around right here. I think that might have been a bullfrog. Look at the size of that thing. Look at that. That is a stunner. Blows bubbles. That has got to be one of the prettiest cottonmouths I've ever seen. Caitlin spotted this one. First one of the day. Might be the only one of the day. We've been here a minute, and this is the only one we've seen, but he is beautiful. Such a nice looking snake. That is so awesome. The highlights are just glowing on this guy. Look. He's a goofball too. He loves rattling his tail. He's not even really rattling it. He's just wagging it. The whole thing. And he's putting on a good show too. Look at that. Good way to start the day. Nice cottonmouth. Alright, I'm going to take some quick photos of this guy and we'll leave him right there. But that is a beautiful snake. As always, but this one's especially nice. Love that overall darker coloration, but then the lighter colors are just super vibrant. Very contrasting. Great looking animal. These guys are always fun to see whenever we're in range. That is a beautiful green salamander, just chilling in this really dry crevice. For salamanders, these guys actually hang out in pretty xeric environments. They like these drier limestone cliff faces. This actually might be sandstone, but they like limestone too. I'm just going to leave him in there. It's a beautiful salamander, but we've seen plenty of them out in the open, so no need to bother him. Well, it's been a nice hike, but one cottonmouth and one green salamander were the only things we saw. So we're going to hit the roads for a little bit and see if that does us any better. We might stop and check out one more creek at some point, but it's about to be road cruising time, so we're going to get to it. That was a fast start to road cruising. Dang, he's pretty. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That thing is unreal. Beautiful. Hey there, beautiful. Okay. Quick and easy little finger nip. Look at that thing though. That is absurd. It's one of the prettier rats I've ever seen, I think. Just lots of pretty snakes this trip. This one is not as friendly as the one yesterday was, as you can tell. But still a very nice looking snake. Look at that reddish coloration. Brother, why are you looking at me like that? Caitlin was like, he's gonna bite you, and I look up and he's just slowly moving towards me. Please just stop the biting. It's not necessary. Look at what you've already done to me. It's not necessary, I promise. I just want to take a photo of you because you're actually stunning. The snake has calmed down quite a bit. Took a few photos. No longer trying to bite me, but still very curious about me. Keeps crawling towards my face and making me a little bit freaked out that she's going to try to latch onto my nose, but such a beautiful snake. These rat snakes the last 2 days have really been a treat because they're just ever so slightly different from the ones back home. And this one in particular is just beautiful. Both have been a little bit skinny though. I think these snakes are probably looking for food before fall gets here, or before winter at least. So we're gonna let this one go off in the direction it was heading. It just scared a frog, or no, that was a green anole. There's a rock wall right here that it's going into. That's milk snakey. Look at that. I wonder if that snake spends a lot of time in there. You can see him back in there a little bit. It's a very snaky little area right here though. Alright, darkness is soon upon us, and we haven't seen anything since that rat snake, so hopefully tonight will be productive, but it's been slower than yesterday so far. Well, we got a complete goose egg last night. Not a single snake, dead or alive, to be seen. I really have no idea what was happening. It was just one of those nights where it was inexplicably dead. But as you guys know by now, these things happen, and we're back at it the next morning. Today we're going to be doing some morning cruising before heading back to Georgia. So let's hit the pavement and see what we can turn up crossing the road. Hopefully things will be a little bit more active today than they were last night. All right, well that has been our ever-present companion the last couple of days. The gray rat snake. This one's really dark compared to the last few. Look at that. All kinked up. All right, handsome fella. Let's get you out of the road. It's always interesting to see how these guys react to being touched. So far we've had one bitey boy and one very chill boy, so let's see what this guy's gonna be about. He's most of the way off the road, so we're not gonna do anything crazy. Just gonna... He's a chill boy. What's up, dude? There you go, buddy. Not even a dab of musk. There's a little racer in the road. Look at this guy. He is so tiny. Look at that. He was absolutely zooming. I didn't even think it was a snake at first, but sure enough, it's a young racer.
Oh, he's cute.
Yeah, they usually are. He's beefing too. All right. Nice to see at least 2 snakes this morning, even if we don't see any of our target species. Rat, snake, and racer so far. Look at this little guy. Whoop! So cute.
Wow.
Okay, all right, you can go. Actually, I need a picture. Come here. And only a few minutes after that racer, we had a torrential rainstorm open up. We actually did find one more racer, but it got off the road before I could get video, and that was pretty much the end of our trip. Nothing crazy going on, but it was nice to see some common snakes after a pretty brutally slow summer. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.